We gonna start this over, cause I want y'all
Take
to,
out doing everything yourself. Rich, spending money to save time.
I want YouTube videos for this. This is the good stuff. Like all my videos have been stuff like this, so we gonna keep it up. Plus, it's nice. I realize I can't put this stuff on TikTok because I put another video something similar on TikTok and bamboozled me. It literally shut my page down almost, and it wasn't even anything serious. That's why I'm like, yeah, nah. You want to open your mind? Don't go there. They're gonna shut you down. But we're back here, learning about financial habits that could secretly make you richer. So let's lock in.
Most people think getting rich means spending less, cutting subscriptions, skipping takeout, doing everything yourself. But the wealthiest people spend more, and they do it on purpose. They buy back time. Paying for grocery delivery, cleaning help, or software that automates boring work seems wasteful, until you realize time is the only thing that can't be replaced. Every hour you outsource becomes an hour you can spend earning, thinking, or resting, all things that multiply over time. The average person trades time for money. The rich trade money for time. It's not about luxury, it's about leverage. If your time is worth $50 an hour and you can pay someone $20 to handle it, you're not being lazy, you're compounding productivity. Over years, this flips your entire financial trajectory. People who hoard time tasks stay stuck working in their life. People who buy back time start working on it.
Yeah. If you sit at a job and you're like, man, I'm about to do 100 hours at this job, you could put in as many hours as you want for that job. All that job is doing is getting richer because now it's like, well, now we have, if we have one person willing to put in 10 hours a day and we're going to pay them $20 an hour, so they're thinking, oh man, I'm getting a good profit here. That's 200 a day. It sounds good. Is that? Yeah, that's 200 a day. It sounds good, right? Until you look at it, that company now has 20 people working 20 hours a day. I mean, 10 hours a day. 20 people doing 10 hours a day, $20 an hour. Meanwhile, they're going crazy on their profit and their productivity because now you have one person doing this job, one person doing this job, one person doing this job. You have four different people, three different people doing four different tasks, three different tasks in 10 hours. I said the numbers backwards, but it doesn't matter. You have three or four different people doing 10 hours of work at one time. That's 40 hours of work in one setting. So not only did you just boost their profit margin, you just did everything that was necessary.
The poor save dollars, the rich save hours. And hours, unlike money, never come back once they're spent. Measuring purchases in hours. Here's a habit that quietly rewires your brain. Stop measuring money in dollars. Measure it in time. Every purchase becomes a trade between your wallet and your life. A $60 dinner isn't $60. It's 2 or 3 hours of your time. A $1,000 phone is 40 hours of your life. When
Mm.
you see time instead of price, your brain suddenly gets honest about what matters. That's why people who think this way spend less, not because they're frugal, but because they've connected money to meaning. When something costs 10 hours, you ask yourself, is this really worth a full day of my life? Usually the answer's no. The key is that you stop chasing the short dopamine hits of spending and start valuing free time like income. The wealthy already think this way. As I said in the last section, the rich buy time instead of spending it. Using debt to your advantage. Debt is one of those words that scares people, and rightfully so. Bad debt traps you.
It
It's the
does.
quicksand of the financial world, easy to step into and nearly impossible to escape. But used right, debt becomes a sort of leverage, one that multiplies your effort far beyond what saving ever could. It's how businesses scale, homeowners build equity, and investors grow faster than inflation. Debt is a tool. It just depends who's holding it. Poor debt buys comfort. Rich debt buys freedom. A car loan for a luxury model bleeds you and holds you down. A loan for property that appreciates pays you back. Most people think of debt as something to fear, but the smart ones treat it like rented speed. Dangerous if uncontrolled, but powerful in skilled hands. The key isn't avoiding debt. It's making sure the thing you borrow for grows faster than the interest you owe. That's how fortunes are built. But if used wrong, debt owns you, refusing to save every penny. It sounds irresponsible, refusing to save. But here's the paradox. People who try to save every penny almost never get rich. They're too focused on defense, never offense. Saving is survival, not what helps you grow. If all you do is cut costs, your entire financial world shrinks around what's safe. But when you spend strategically on things that expand income,
Yep.
like tools, skills, or relationships,
Yep.
you break that ceiling. The rich don't obsess over $5 coffees. They obsess over $50,000 opportunities. Hoarding money builds fear. Investing it builds momentum.
Yep.
You don't get wealthy by being cheap. You get wealthy by being efficient. When every dollar has to be justified, none of them get to grow. Money has a purpose: to move, to build and multiply. And if you trap it under your mattress, it stops being money at all. It just becomes paper.
Yeah,
Investing
object.
into yourself. This one feels weird because it looks selfish, spending on yourself instead of saving. But investing into yourself is the single highest return asset class in existence. Courses, coaches, therapy, mentors, fitness, they all seem expensive until you realize how much they change your output. Another way to invest into yourself is paying for accountability. Most people rely on motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Accountability makes progress automatic.
You have an accountability partner. Somebody just wakes up and is like, "Hey, man, did you do that thing? Did you do this?" Nah, man. Why not? You gotta keep grinding, man. You gotta keep going at it. Stuff like that helps. Or, hey, man, what you want to do? Where you trying to go? What you want to live like? How about you lift those weights today? How about you drink that coffee? How about you enjoy yourself? It does get to a point where you're like, you're not asking people to be accountable for you. You just want someone to be there. And that's all that people want. Most people don't understand it because it's like, I'm spending all this money on nothing. It's like, you're not spending it on nothing. It's something. It's worth some sort of value. It brings you a joy in life to be a certain type of person and to live a certain kind of way. Because now you're working out, you're hanging out with your coach, you're eating right, you're taking notes, you're saying, I can do this, I can live this way, I can be this person. If you have others around you that are like bullshit, bull jiving, BSing, ooh, I almost cursed. If you have other people around you that are just like causing problems or just being like extra for no reason, it's like, your brain automatically is like, every time I go around this person, I'm going to start feeling a type of way. Or every time I go in this place, I'm going to feel bad. Or if I spend this money, I'm never going to do anything. It's like, nah. Just do it. Just do it. Some stuff, sometimes you have to have discipline to say, nah, I can't do this. I have to do this instead because it'll benefit me more. And that's where it's like the accountability kicks in.
The money you spend to have someone expect something from you, a deadline, a deliverable, a goal, forces you to become the kind of person who doesn't waste potential.
Yep.
When you pay for something, you pay attention to it. That's why people who invest in their own growth accelerate faster. They attach real cost to not making progress. Avoiding good deals. Everyone loves a deal. 30% off, buy one, get one, limited time only. I could go on forever. But that feeling of winning at spending is
I
what
literally say this at one of my jobs. I'm like, bro, you're like, oh, I got to get my coupons. I'm like, there's no such thing as a good deal. There is no deal. You not heck, you could walk out of the store. That's the deal. You could walk out of the store with everything in your bag, and that's the deal. You saying I saved 20%, I saved $50. No, you didn't. It's not real. I know that sounds crazy, but no, you didn't.
keeps most people broke. A deal is still an expense. The
Yes.
discount doesn't matter if you
No.
didn't need it in the first place. That's the
Exactly.
trap. Sales make you feel smart for losing money slower.
Yes.
Wealthy people don't chase deals because they know attention is the real cost.
Yep.
Every good deal steals focus and time you could spend earning or creating. Discounts are marketing, not miracles.
I literally, hey, I might be smarter than I think because I know for a fact, I'm like, coupons are like, it's cool to sit here and say I saved some money. Oh, I saved all this money. But it's like, did you really save any money if you have to spend 20 more dollars? Like, you have to get 2 items. Yeah. Eh. I, side note, I'm gonna have another video upload after, before this one, or not after this one, because I gotta edit it. I almost sold at the end of this Apex gameplay, and it's crazy. You'll see it later. It's Twitch. If you were watching Twitch, you already saw it. The people who are in here, they saw it already. But the ones who didn't see it, who are gonna see it on YouTube, crazy gameplay. We're gonna upload that later. We're gonna continue this because we're learning.
Imagine you got offered 50% off of an item that was marked up twice the original price. You've just been manipulated by marketing into buying something for the normal price.
He just said everything I say that's wrong with this. You're buying a TV. Oh, okay, let's just like a perfect example, the toaster. Hey, I'm about to get some cereal. I'm about to buy a toaster for 50% off. The original price was $2. They made it. What's half of that? $4. They made it $4. I mean, they made it $6, and they're like, "Yeah, 75% off." Now it's $2. It's like, oh man, this is a great deal. The original price was $2. The original price was that 235 you spent. Whatever number they're like, oh yeah, it's 2050. No, it's not. There's no, like, I saw something earlier. It was like, it said the item was like $30, and it was a magic eraser, and I bet they're gonna put it on sale for like $12, and people gonna buy it. That's why I'm like, there's no such thing. Like, if you didn't spend money on like BS, then it's like unless it's something you want, then it's like, all right, cool. But there's no such thing as a deal. The real deal is not spending the money on that stuff and just buying what you want to buy. Don't go for the sales, just buy it. If you look at it and it says a certain price, that's why I'm always like, if you want it, just get it. Don't even think about it because yeah, unless it's like drugs or liquor or like, yeah, that stuff don't yeah, that, just learn how to make it. I'm just being honest, or grow it or whatever you, if that's what you into. But I'm not promoting that stuff. But other than that, like, everything else is just fake numbers.
The rich measure value by utility instead of a simple price. If something improves their life, they pay full price. If it doesn't, it's overpriced even at 90% off.
Exactly. If something improves your life, it is a good deal. Hey, this Xbox controller was $20. Somebody's gonna say, "Well, why did you spend that much money when you could have gotten an Xbox controller for $100?" Guess what? I do have an Xbox controller that was $100. I have two controllers, and they work the same, so it doesn't really matter. Just putting that out there.
Good deals keep poor people busy saving pennies. It's better to pay full price for something you need than get 90% off something you don't need. Overpaying on purpose. Overpaying on purpose feels stupid. Why give away more than you owe? But that's exactly why it works. It's not about wasting money. It's about rewiring how you think about it. Most people live in survival mode, always calculating the bare minimum. The minimum payment, the cheapest option, the lowest bid. Overpaying flips that psychology. When you round up payments, send extra toward your credit card, or pay bills early, you teach your brain that money isn't something to hoard in fear.
Yeah.
It's a tool you control.
If you spend, he's saying everything I've been saying for like the last year. If you spend your money wisely, more like, hey, this bill is due now. All right, well, let me just pay it right now. Not, oh man, I gotta wait for the late payment and do all this. Now you've created this mindset that, oh, I can't do anything because I've put everything behind. It's like, bro, just pay it. Just pay it. Or, I don't want that food because I'm not gonna need it. You're gonna want the food later. You're gonna want that wire later for your TV. You're gonna want that cord later for your setup. You're gonna want that camera. You're gonna need electricity. You're gonna need a remote. Like, just get it. Get it now. So that way, when you get it, you're already in motion. You're already flowing. People can say whatever they want to say, but it's like it's flowing. It's getting me where I need to get to. So now I'm good. Everything's fine. I'm not worried about this.
The act itself builds an abundance mentality. Instead of, I can't afford this,
I
your
can't
mind
afford
starts
this.
thinking, I'm ahead.
I'm ahead of
And this
time. I'm ahead of the
changes
curve.
everything. You gain
Mm.
peace, not pressure. Your debts shrink faster. Your relationships with money and people become cleaner because you stop nickel and diming life. Spending on mistakes, we're taught that every mistake costs money. The wealthy treat mistakes differently. They
Mm.
spend on them intentionally. Buying cheap gear, outsourcing too soon, or paying someone else's fee might feel like a bad purchase, but in reality, it's a strategic risk. The
Yeah.
lesson costs less than the opportunity lost by inaction.
Yes, it
They pay
does.
for clarity, not comfort. The moment you stop trying to avoid all mistakes is the moment you start learning fast. Each failed experiment becomes a data point, each misstep a calibration. Wealth doesn't come from getting everything right. It comes from correcting courses quickly.
Yep.
So spending a little now to know that won't work saves a lot later in wasted time and compounded indecision.
You spend now to know, hey, I spent $100. I have a perfect example of this actually. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm more so just speaking on places I'm in. I live in a state that is not legal for certain things. So certain individuals feel like, hey, I got to spend this amount of money or I have to do this. And it's like, I don't want to spend, if I spend $100 with you and I'm only getting this amount and it's not quality and it's trash, that's crazy. But if I go back home and where I'm from, I'm not going to say too much. But if I go back where I'm from and I spend $100 but get more, get quality and get free items because of said quality, then it's like, okay, now I know not to spend money here. It's not saving, it's just knowing not to spend money here. Same way I know, okay, do I need a PC Game Pass? Technically, no. Every game I've played has been free. Dispatch I had to buy myself, but heck, it's a return on its own investment. Same with Arc Raiders. So I totally get it. Who is this? Oh, I'm like, who is texting me? I get it. You want to spend money to understand. I've spent I've spent and given away so much money just trying to understand what do I want to spend money on? Who do I want to spend money on? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I have a passport. People are like, bro, that's a lot of money. It expires in 10 years. I lost my ID. It is coming in clutch. Now I have a passport. Now, if I wanted to just up and go out the country, I could. I paid the electricity bill up for like 2 weeks, a week. I haven't thought about it. I paid the water. Like, it's like, sir, even with this mic and setup, this whole setup was like, at the time was like $80, $90. And somebody was like, nah, don't do that. That's not smart, bro. And I'm like, it'll work itself off over time. It'll work itself out because now I have the necessary tools. What is this? Get this down. Whatever. Now I have the necessary tools to do what I need to build my own catalog. Now I have a soundboard where I can just click a button and you'll hear an applause out of nowhere. Now I have a keyboard. I can type and do what I need to. If I wanted to play mouse and keyboard, I could. Now I have a mouse. I can move around and search up videos. I had a monitor. We're not gonna talk about it. I have a camera that I bought that at first I didn't use because I was like, man, it's messed up. It's not working. Now, as you can see, like it's just certain things over time. You're like, man. But before, I was buying countless Xboxes trying to figure out what do I do here. I was buying certain Game Passes. Like, what do I need to do here? Do I need this Game Pass to play online? Just being honest, that's a scam because I'm playing on PC right now. I've played online. So all I have to do, well, I have to pay that next, but it's just certain things I've paid attention to now that I wouldn't have paid attention to before because I've had the experience. I've spent the money. I've taken the time to do it. It's just
Mistakes cost money, yes, but indecision costs years. And if there's anything you should have taken from this video so far, it's that wealthy people prefer to waste money than time.
I'd rather waste all
Emotionally
my money.
detaching yourself from money.
I'd waste all my money in the world, which is what I've done. I've wasted so much money doing all this stuff. Just being honest.
Most people live in emotional debt to their bank balance. When they have money, they feel safe. When they don't, they panic. The wealthy
I've been there.
learn to detach from that cycle.
Yeah.
They see money as a tool, not as a mood indicator. Detachment doesn't mean not caring. It means not depending. When your emotions rise and fall with your income, you make desperate choices, chasing quick wins, selling too soon, buying too fast. Emotional neutrality is what keeps investors calm when markets crash, and creators focused when results lag. The rich treat money like oxygen, essential but invisible once it's flowing. They track it, respect it, but never let it define their self-worth. Because the moment money controls how you feel, it starts controlling what you do. Ignoring windfalls. When most people get a small financial win, a refund, a bonus, a random crypto gain, they celebrate by spending it.
Yeah.
But the rich usually do nothing. They act like it never happened. Every unplanned dollar quietly becomes an invisible worker, invested, automated, or saved for the next opportunity. It's psychological training. Ignoring the dopamine hit of sudden money builds control. It's not the big wins that create wealth. It's how you handle the small ones. Every time you treat a surprise dollar like just another tool, you strengthen the habit that builds freedom.
To be honest, I've had this experience as of recently where I've had a lot of money come through my hands in the last 2 months. I'm not gonna say how much, but a lot of money has touched my hands in the last 2 months, from October to September. Boy, I'm like, man, I didn't have the mindset I have now, but I'm like, certain things would have been taken care of, and I probably wouldn't even think about certain things. But because I made decisions with the small money, like you said, I got $1, I got $20, I got $100, I got $100 again, I got another $100. It was like, I'm about to go buy this. I'm about to buy this. I'm about to do this. It's like, bro, why? Why didn't you invest it into this or invest it into something else? Invest it here, so your mind wouldn't think about this. I get it. I get it wholeheartedly.
When you stop letting extra money feel extra, you stop resetting your progress every time life gives you a lucky break. Taking risks on purpose. Most people think rich people love risk, but the truth is they train for it. They take small, controlled risks constantly, so big ones don't scare them later.
I used to take risk all the time. Funny enough, I used to take risk in conversation, risk in life. I used to just take risk all the time, just because it's like, if I take this risk now, it'll build me up to say, I'm not worried about this. I'm not afraid to do this. I'm not afraid to do that. Oh, I can talk to this person. Oh, I can go over here. But it's like, once you stop doing that, you build a wall for yourself, and you're like, I don't want to do anything. I'm scared. If I do this, then these people are going to do this. Oh, just because this happened over here, everything's going to be bad. It's like, nah, don't do that. Don't put that mindset on yourself. Always take the risk. Always shoot. Shooter's going to shoot. Remember that. If you shoot off the clip, you shoot 100 shots, you bound to make one. I'm just being honest. Eventually, your brain catches on. You bound to make 1 out of 100.
It's not gambling, it's building tolerance. Every decision that feels uncertain, starting a side project, changing careers, investing early, is a rep in risk training. The poor avoid that feeling, the rich seek it, because there's no path to wealth that doesn't go straight through risk. It's the toll gate between comfort and freedom, and you can't skip it. Risk isn't what loses people money. Panic does. The wealthy learn to separate fear from danger, to act before everything feels safe. Every fortune started with someone who stepped into uncertainty on purpose. The goal isn't to eliminate risk.
That is exactly what most people have done. I'm homeless. I'm writing my script. I'm doing everything I need to. It's like, huh? Why'd you get in this position? You took the risk. I traveled all the way across the country to chase my dreams, and now I'm the biggest movie star in the world. Some people would say that's stupid. It's like, why didn't you just save up money? Why didn't you just do it this way? Why didn't you? You never know. You never know what's going to happen. So just do it. And whatever happens, happens.
It's to get so familiar with it that you stop needing certainty to move forward. Only buy things you can afford. Most people think, can I buy this means, do I have the money? But the rich think differently. They ask, can I afford this? There's a huge gap between the two. You can purchase almost anything with debt, credit, or sacrifice, but you can only afford what won't change your stress level after you buy it. If it steals sleep, time, or future freedom, it's not affordable, it's just available. The wealthy measure affordability in peace of mind, not price tags. They buy slowly, deliberately, only when it costs them nothing beyond money. Because the truth is, being able to buy something doesn't make you rich. Being able to buy it and feel nothing afterward does. Using envy as power. Most people waste envy. They treat it like poison. The wealthy use it like data. When they feel jealous, they don't hide from it, they study it. Because envy points directly to the gap between what you want and what you've built. If you feel it, it means something in you recognizes possibility. Instead of resenting that person, they reverse engineer them. Habits, systems, mindset, until they turn jealousy into a map. It's your emotional navigator, showing exactly where your next level lives. The poor try to silence envy. The rich try to decode it.
Enjoy
Because you
envy.
can't transform what you won't look at. Every feeling of why not me is a mirror saying it could be. The difference is what you do next.
Exact equation.
I did not watch this already. All right. All right. That was a good one. That was a good one. I like where we were headed with that. So, what have we? What the heck? I was like, what have we learned? Lock in. Enjoy yourself. Do what you want to do, and don't feel afraid. Is this instrumental, bro? This guy. Yeah, don't be afraid, man. Think we could all learn something, but we're not gonna get too in depth with that. Great video. Great video.